I'm sure you've already heard this, that everything is happening right here, right now. All creation is finished. Every version of you already exists right here, right now. However, you hear that and you're just like, well, we can look at it from the perspective of that God, source, infinite intelligence is timeless, right? And that it doesn't have any past, present, or future, so to speak, right? Because that time thing is just something that's happening for us to experience our desires. But the whole it's happening right here, right now can feel like a little like, what? Like a little, for me, I remember it just felt a little weird, like and confusing. And so I wanted to talk about that. And I've talked about it a little bit on the membership channel in our live Q&A and on a recent video that I uploaded there if you want to watch it there. But right now, right, if the now is not the like in this moment, and then 2 seconds ago I was setting up my camera, and 2 seconds later in the future I'm going to be talking on the camera still. That's kind of how it feels, and that now is sandwiched in between what I was doing and what I'm going to do when I'm done with the video. That's the now. It's like, oh, okay, I got to stay present. And then it becomes more like, I got to be present. I got to stay present. And so that I just don't lose my focus, because if I'm not present, I'm going to not manifest what I want, that I'm not going to get what I want, and that I'm going to get distracted with something else while I'm trying to be in the now moment, in the present. And that can feel exhausting. That can feel like just crazy. And because you're still trying to do something, right? You're still doing something to try to make your desires happen. So that's why I wanted to bring this up a little bit more in a video and talking about now. So now is the only thing that exists. The experience of time passing by is just that. It's an experience. Well, let's talk about what an experience is. An experience is just a kind of a sensation, a feeling, like it just seems, it seems like time's passing, right? But time is never passing, because there is no actual time. That is something that we create, that you can create to experience whatever you want. You can experience eating different foods. Like, you don't want to eat your appetizer, your dinner, and your dessert and your beverage in one sip, in one bite. So without time, you cannot experience an appetizer before your dinner, and you can't experience dessert after dinner, or your coffee after dinner, or a beverage. You can't experience these things separately, because without that experience, or what seems like time passing, you would only be having like gulping everything at once. So in order for you to have the experience of this thing, then this thing, then this thing, right, it kind of gives the illusion of separation, so that you can experience one of those things at a time, right? That's funny. So now though is all that's happening. So that experience of time passing by is just you in awareness. You're moving to a different point of view of this same now moment. So you are shifting in awareness. You're shifting in different realities. Like, we are shifting like millions of realities every moment, as Bashar talks about. And so every time you feel like time's passing, it's just you have shifted into another reality, another experience of you eating something, eating an appetizer, then the pause between appetizer and dinner, that's realities. These are millions of realities. I'm just trying to keep it very simple, but in truth, there's millions of snapshot moments that we experience. So our awareness is just hovering over all these snapshots, and we have the experience of time moving, but really it's just awareness on all these different snapshots, creating a story of time that we had an appetizer, we had dinner, we had the pause, we had dessert, etc., right? It's just our awareness is looking at the same now moment at different angles all the time. I think a couple of years ago I gave the analogy of a aquarium, right? That if you are in this huge aquarium that, people are walking around and there's all kinds of sharks and fish and live, swimmy stuff in the water, right? Whatever, like plants and all kinds of crap, right? It's in the water, right? Depending on what side of the aquarium that you personally are standing on is what you're going to see. And so you may only be able to see certain fish or little plants or whatever from where you are, and then all of a sudden you'll hear people saying, "Oh my God, look at that! Look, there's a shark," or "There's Finding Nemo lookalike fish," right? You'll hear it, but you're like, "I don't see it. So why can they see it?" We're looking at the same aquarium. The aquarium is the now moment, and awareness is you moving around the aquarium. So if someone's saying, "Oh my God, look," and then that could be somebody like, "Oh my God, like I get it. I manifested the thing that I desire," and you're just like, "I'm looking at the same freaking moment," right? And you're just like, "Why are they doing it and I am not?" They're just looking at the same now moment from their perspective of fulfillment. They're fulfilled. And where you stand, right, all you are doing is you are in awareness, shifting your awareness to the version of you who already has it. Do you see? But no matter where you stand, you're still fulfilled. You're always fulfilled, because that now moment is pure fulfillment. It's that the now moment is only fulfillment. You won't find lack. You can stand on a certain perspective, like in a certain perspective of awareness, and tell yourself you're not fulfilled. But even if you tell yourself that, this now moment is still only fulfillment. So you're always fulfilled. It's just you're telling yourself, right? You are believing that you're not fulfilled. And that's why when you shift in awareness and you move in awareness, you experience fulfillment. So you'll be the one saying, "Yeah, that's me." Do you see? So the now moment, this now moment, is the only thing that exists. The now is the only thing that is real. Anything outside of this now, whatever you're aware of right now, everything else is you're dragging stuff in, you're dragging shit in, you're dragging past memories in, you're dragging future worries in, you're dragging present concerns in, right? Present is not the now moment. Present is just something that you keep sandwiching in between your seeming past, seeming future, okay? So you're dragging things in with buts and what if, but I've tried, like all of that, it literally does not exist right now, but you are insisting that all of your all your limits, all your rules, all your but stories and time stories, you and only you are dragging that in to the now moment, because right now you are completely fulfilled. Right now you are all that you desire to be right now. And so anytime you have any thoughts or fears or doubts, those are not actually happening. You're entertaining those ideas, those doubts, those fears. You're entertaining those, and you feel that they are real because you thought that your 3D, right, experience, your physical experience, you think that that's you. You think that that's who you are. You think you're the experience, and you forget that you are awareness. So it's about you remembering, oh yes, I am not this experience. I am awareness. I am the awareness of being anything that I want, because this now moment is fulfilled in anything that I want. I can be or do or have anything because I already am fulfilled. There's only now. And anything that's outside of that, it's just you bringing it in with your focus, with your attention, with you giving it your awareness, and you're saying and insisting that no, it's real, it's really happening, but this is happening. You're like, but in this now moment, notice you're not lacking anything, right? You're not missing anything, unless you keep insisting that you do lack something, that you do are missing, that you are struggling, that something is wrong. And you will double down because you think whatever your 3D physical world is showing you, you think that is what's real. You think that's reality. And that is what is showing you what you can have, what you can't have, what you do have. You think that that's what's showing you what you are focused on, okay? But really, you're choosing to drag it in. You're choosing to drag in a memory of a person or a thing or an experience. You're choosing to drag in even a physical sensation. Like if you say, for example, your body currently is feeling a sensation, and I call it sensation. A lot of people call it pain or discomfort or disease or whatever, okay? I just call it a sensation, and whatever you think, if your body, you think currently in this present, remember present moment, you say, oh no, but I am feeling this, like, well, that is what you have to feel then, because that's what you keep saying you do feel. Do you see? But this now moment is clean, fresh. It's like that scripture I've quoted many, many times about white as snow, though my sins were scarlet, Lord, I know, right? It's saying that this now moment is fulfilled. It's clean slate, and nothing is there until you put it there. No past, no memory, no physical sensation, no future, nothing is there until you put it there. So in this now moment, you continuously place stuff on your now awareness. Like, let's say your awareness was a table, okay? And this now awareness, who you are, this now moment awareness is a clean slate. There's nothing on the table. But what you probably are doing is, a lot of people do, is they tend to put things on the table, a past memory, that what they say is a present pain, or something in the future, or a deadline, or a bill, or something in the past. Focus on, how do I revise? How do I do this? How do I do this? So you start adding crap on your table constantly, right? And forgetting that that table is clean, it's cleared in every moment, that you can place on there whatever it is that you want. Who are you right now? Because right now you can place on your awareness table whatever you want. But you keep bringing, you think because you felt something or thought something or experienced something, 5 minutes ago or 20 years ago, that that's permanently on the table. that is a fixed thing, that is all, it just is, and that you have to somehow learn how to overcome it, heal from it. You have to figure out a way to get it off the table, right? Forgetting that the table is literally cleared in every moment. It's not there. Every time you're aware of it, every time you say it is there, that's what I mean by every time you're aware of it, you're saying it is there, that is who you are. You're putting it on the table again and again and again. And that's why many people feel stuck and they don't feel like they're moving, because they forget that this now moment, there's nothing on your awareness except for what you choose. And whatever you choose, despite what's on the table, right? Despite what you think is on the table, you choose what you put on the table, what you put your awareness on. So it doesn't matter what you think is already there. It doesn't matter. It only matters what you now choose to put your awareness on. And what you thought was on the table will no longer be an issue. You don't have to worry about, how do I get it off? How do I stop thinking about it? How do I stop focusing on it? You don't have to do none of that. You just put your awareness on what you prefer, what you want to be putting your focus on. So the now moment is constant. Everything else, everything that you think is actually something that you have to overcome or fix or whatever, it doesn't even exist right now until you put your awareness on it. Do you see? And the same thing is that awareness that you are right now, the awareness of who you are right now, being in the body that you are, whatever you're telling yourself of your age, your gender, whatever you're telling yourself about your bank account, about how much money you make, about whatever, it doesn't matter, your dating life, all of it, whatever you're telling yourself, the awareness of who you say you are right now is ageless and timeless. Meaning the awareness of who you are right now is the same, literally exact now moment that also what you feel like you experienced, what you experienced being a child, let's say, okay, when you were 10 years old or whatever, it doesn't matter what age, okay, whatever age, when you're a kid, the awareness of you right now is the same awareness of you as a child. That awareness never changes. The awareness just is. So you are always aware of something. So you create the experience of being little and then teen and then adult and all those things. Like, that's an experience that you choose. So but the awareness behind all of it, behind any age, behind everything, right, is timeless, ageless. It's just is. It's existence, it's life. It never moves. It's the same exact awareness. And it will always be, always has been, always will be, because it's not moving. The I am awareness of being is what moves on to a different frame or a different moment or identity or version of you. So that's why when Neville Goddard talks about live in the end, that's what he's saying. He's saying choose the frame, the photo, the snapshot, the version, the identity of you, right? Choose it, whatever, if it's a visual or you just declare it, whatever, it doesn't matter how. That's irrelevant. The how you do that is irrelevant. Okay? It's just your simple decision to be it, right? That's living in the end. You're like, no, that is what I choose. That is who I am. And the awareness, right? Now you're putting your awareness on what you want. You're saying, this is who I am. Because remember, you're not going anywhere. It's just the awareness is moving on different frames, still frames, and you're choosing which book, which snapshot, whatever you want to call it, which movie, which script, which whatever you want to call it. You're saying that is who I am. That's living in the end. And you allow that to unfold into your experience. And the way that it unfolds is not for you. You don't even have to worry about that, because remember that story, that snapshot, that movie, that script, that book, whatever it is, however you want to call it for yourself, right? That already is complete and whole and equipped with its own past, present, and future that you will experience. But I wanted to really kind of like slow down and talk about what everything is now, because all of that is happening now, because it's all here. It's almost like every option, every picture, every snapshot of every reality you can think of, if you laid it out across the floor, right, in like line after line after line, every identity has its own snapshot, right? And there are just like billions of them, right? It's awareness just shining on the light on which one they want to be. But there's no movement, as far as there's like nothing's moving. You're just you're moving. When you hear shifting awareness, you're just deciding. Shifting just means I'm deciding to put my awareness on this. I'm choosing this is who I am, because it all exists right now. But which photo am I wanting to put my awareness on? That's it. And you don't have to keep your awareness on it. You don't have to force your awareness on it. And it doesn't involve feeling a certain way or thinking a certain way or saying certain mantras even. It doesn't involve any of it. It's more you understanding that I already am those things. I'm already everything. And I am those things, and I'm awareness itself. I am all of it. And I'm just choosing which story, which book, which movie I want to be. But I think the biggest thing is understanding that it's all happening right now. So that's why there's never really a delay, because time, even delay, instant time, all of those topics, all those words, it's just simply implying that you're still thinking that something's going to happen with time, when time is just something that is used to tell a story. But that's not what's going on. Your awareness, you are now, you are the infinite, forever existence, stillness right now. And you are just choosing out of all of those stories that you can choose from, which one you want to be right now. That is living in the end. That is what it means. Everything is happening right here, right now, because there is no over there, and there's only here. There is no then or when, back when. There's only now. Even, if you think about when people talk about, like, you watch movies or whatever, and you see older people talking about, I remember back in the day. That awareness that they're using to talk about that, to talk like that, is the same awareness that's in that photo, that snapshot of them as a child, right? The awareness is just shining its light on all these, and they're focused on themselves being old and looking back in time when they were a child. Do you see? There's nothing wrong with it, and there's nothing right about it. It's just whatever you give your awareness to. If you see yourself as young, then that's your experience. If you see yourself as old, that's your experience. If you see yourself as poor, that's your experience. If you see yourself as wealthy, that's your experience. If you see yourself as sick, that's your experience. Do you see? But remember, the version of you that's healthy, wealthy, young, old, all of them, they're happening right now. It's just a matter of where are you putting your attention on? Where are you putting your awareness on? Which snapshot are you identifying with right now? Because it's now, it's never going to change. There's no delay. It's like you get tired of waiting because there's nothing's coming. It's you stepping in and deciding who you are right now. All right, you guys, thank you guys so much. Just a little reminder, the membership channel is open and there is 2 tiers. So if you want to just join us for the live Q&As every month, you can do that, or you can join us for the live Q&As in addition to other videos and to what I call my little unhinged meditations. And I've already posted one recipe, but I'm going to post more, especially because it's baking season and I love to bake. So in cooking and all kinds of stuff, but yeah, so it's just a little different format. But if you're interested, all the links are below on how to join. And I appreciate you guys so much. And I will see you soon. Bye.